You're watching Femchef FGC. Like and subscribe to my favorite gladiator on the Citadel.
Finally back at another Hops and Stocks. This is such a lovely local. We hold it in a local brewery. We bring in all our own setups. It's really homey and cozy and just feels like a bunch of dudes having a beer and mashing buttons. But they recently started rotating games, so Street Fighter is only every 6 weeks, and it had been a minute. This player that I'm fighting on screen right now was brand new. He's mostly a Smash player, and he hadn't been playing Street Fighter 6 for very long. And by the end of round 1, he literally just kind of shrugged and blinked hard at the screen, and I knew that he was not prepared for what I was about to do to him. And the same thing happened in his losers match where he got, like, really cooked. And I know what that feels like. When I started going to locals, I didn't just go 0-2. There was a redemption bracket. I went 0-3. And I didn't take a single round off anybody. Not even a game. Rounds. I couldn't get rounds. This is what my matches looked like when I was brand new. And I made a point of grabbing him afterwards and being like, hey, nobody here thinks less of you. We were all new once. How long you been playing? You know, if you want to run sets with anybody after setups free up, everybody's down to run casuals. If you want advice from the people who beat you, talk to the people who beat you. The best way to improve is to get cooked like that, and nobody thinks less of you for it. I really hope will still continue to show up if he enjoys the game, and maybe feel a little more confident asking questions next time. But I was just happy that he didn't leave, because I can't even tell you how many people come to their first local, they go like grossly 0-2, and they immediately go home. Like, no matter how much I was like, hey, welcome, I'm Femchef, I can tell you where all the locals are, it's so nice to meet you, who do you play, how'd you get into Street Fighter? Like, I love locals. I'm an evangelist for locals, and I get so happy when we have a new person. But, like, even in spite of that, they get embarrassed that they went 0-2 and they go straight home. And, like, even if you aren't a sweat and you don't want to stick around to run casuals and ask what happened and lab stuff out with people, like, even if you just want to watch, like, half of locals, more than half of locals, the whole heart of locals is the people. So going home after you lose is really cheating yourself. Even if you don't want to be really sweaty once you're out of the bracket and you just kind of want to hang out, like, 0-2ers who are just happy to be there are the heart and soul of the FGC. There are not enough sweats to fill a tournament bracket. There are not enough sweats to keep a local scene alive. And my next set. Man, I really wish I made it further in winners in this tournament. And this is the beginning of what is unfortunately a painful trend that has been happening to me lately. Kimberly. I need to work on how I deal with Kimberly. I was reliably beating Aries for a really long time. To date, Aries is the only person that I double perfected on stream in an offline tournament setting. And he has leveled up in a huge way. He's been playing amazing. And he double eliminated me here at Hops and Stocks. Both sets were 1-2. Like, they feel competitive. They feel close. But I'm choking in really key interactions, and my discomfort in the matchup is causing me problems. Because I end up just going for options that leave me vulnerable to being trapped in the Kimberly vortex there. Like, if I hadn't jumped, I wouldn't have been put in the corner. I talked about this a bit in my other video of my run in Philly at Go For Broke. But, oh, and also, that was safe to drive reversal. I mistimed it and wasn't holding back. I did that specifically to be safe to drive reversal. That sucks. But, core things in the Kimberly matchup that I'm failing to adapt to. If the Kimberly is not representing drive rush throw, then I do not need to keep getting counter hit trying to check her drive rush into long buttons. I can attempt to check the drive rush with perfect parry. I can attempt to check the drive rush with OD stance. Until they start representing throw, it's a little bit like the jury matchup. I don't have to go for the traditional drive rush check, and that's something I should really be keeping in mind. The elbow drop. I talked to Aries after the set with just like, man, how do I keep getting hit by elbow drop? For one thing, he's often doing it in places where I'm tempted to potentially tech, to punish the tech preemptively, which I hadn't really thought about. I feel so trapped in the vortex against Kimberly, I don't always realize what's happening. And also, elbow drop is not naturally plus on block. I really, for some reason, thought that it was plus on block, and it's not. It's like 0 at best, unless she does it really, really low and is potentially +1, but that's not going to happen the majority of the time. So I can just block the elbow drop and then take my turn back with a jab, which I did start doing a little bit in the run back later in this video. It wasn't enough, but it's a start, because trying to anti-air elbow drop is getting me killed. If I try to anti-air it with Gladius on reflex and I was too close, then I can get crossed up. Gladius is great against elbow drop from a distance, but not up close. Very often I tried going for Medium Dima. Medium Dima's getting counter hit despite the anti-air properties. I can't jab her out of it. I'm not reliably perfect parrying it. Armor stancing it. I really just need to take that option off my mental stack entirely and start going for jabs with the elbow drop. But here, what I just got hit by there wasn't even really elbow drop. It's just straight up cross-up jumps. I get very abused by cross-up jumps. I need to just sit in the lab and program a bot to run a couple of different strings into cross-up jumps so that I'm not 100% sure when the bot's going to jump, and literally just drill jump back lights, because it does not feel intuitive to anti-air by jumping back into a button at all. Like, neutral jump even feels more intuitive than jump back, and I have to jump back light. Every other Marisa at the highest level is jump back light versus the cross-up jumps, and I need to represent that as an option more. I need to do much less raw Superman in this matchup. It's only good when they're spamming slide, but he was going for the aerial options, which is likely to beat out Superman, and I needed to stop. The stand medium kick is also a problem. I'm not reliably whiff punishing it. Even when I am successfully walking up and blocking it, it whiffs in my face. I'm not reliably whiff punishing it, and I'm often getting counter hit, or it's going into drive rush cancel buffer. I think I also need to represent drive reversal a little bit more in this matchup against players who play like Ares and represent the medium kick, drive rush cancel as a primary form of starting offense. Just drive reversing that eliminates the mix, but I have to drive reversal immediately or she's still got time to block. And watching this back, man, I'm panicking. I'm straight up not checking options, and I'm getting caught mashing or getting caught jumping. I also need to lab her little hop kick. You can jab her out of it afterwards, like before she can side switch you, but the jab timing's a little weird, and I haven't practiced it, so I'm hesitant to go for it in real matches. And the only way around that is going to be to just drill it a whole bunch. This is not a great situation. Did I just get thrown? Yep, I just get thrown. Alright. So this goes to final round, and I'm just like, please God, not again. Because I've been losing to Ares so much lately, and losing to Kimberly in general. And here, like, I'm just hanging back and looking to catch her approach. And then when she doesn't approach, I'm resorting to neutral skip instead of walking, and the Superman punch is getting hit. Again, I just need to walk at this character. I need to get over my discomfort with the slide. I need to get over the fact that in my head, her stand medium kick covers the whole screen, because it fucking doesn't. I just need to walk. And that comfort will also increase, I imagine, as I get more comfortable dealing with cross-ups, because then it's easier to deal with somebody standing close to you. I'm just, my anti-airs are not on point here. I just burnt a whole bunch of meter and then spent the super just to get my meter back. Like, not great. The amount of jump-ins I'm just holding here, I'm not necessarily getting hit, but I'm not, oh my god, that double jump into elbow drop. Like, I'm just dead-ass not anti-airing. I'm not anti-airing. I'm so traumatized by the elbow drop that I'm not dealing with the normal jumps, and that is a huge part of how I ended up losing this set. And here, he literally whiffed in my face, and I was so scared that I didn't punish it, and then I got thrown to death. So it goes. And now a quick break to thank this video's sponsor, Zenni Gaming. Zenni has been a leading online glasses company since 2003, when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was released. With over 50 million pairs sold, Zenni offers prescription sunglasses, sports glasses, blue light glasses for gaming, safety glasses, and just regular old glasses, so you can look like Marisa Outfit 2, Aki Outfit 3, whatever you want. And unlike costumes in Street Fighter 6, Zenni is always releasing new fits, all for a fraction of what glasses would cost at an offline store. You can even virtually try them on with your device's camera before you buy. Use promo code GLADIUS to get 10% off your Zenni purchase while supporting the channel. Link is in the description. With such low-cost eyewear, you can find something to match every cosplay or esports jersey. The possibilities are as endless as Ken Main's downplay. Thanks for watching the ad. Now back to the video. So, thus begins my attempt at a loser's run, and it started out fighting my friend Taiko. And Taiko has improved so much since we first met. He doesn't believe me when I tell him, but I'm really proud of him. He was stuck in Platinum, and then he was stuck in Diamond, and now he's all the way in Master, and I see improvements in his approach every single time I play him. The main reason this went as well for me as it did is that I know his habits from playing him a lot, and he still has a pretty linear playstyle. That, I should have whiff punished that, jeez. I still need to, like, I can whiff punish on reaction, but I don't know when to be looking for the whiff, and I don't always actually whiff punish on reaction if I wasn't ready for it, even though I can now from having labbed the reaction times. Having fought Taiko a lot, I know that he wants to bait me into making bad decisions by spamming Sandblast at range. And something that another Luke was recently telling me is that you can actually go for attempt to perfect parry the Sandblast, and then if you get a perfect parry, you'll drive rush. And if you just get a regular parry, then nothing will happen. If you just regular parry the Sandblast, and if he did a Sandblast that actually whiffed, then you'll get a drive rush and be able to punish the Sandblast whiff with Marisa's medium punch. I didn't exactly succeed at doing that here, but it is something that I was looking for. I should not have done Round Start Superman. There, though, that is one of the biggest things that I think improved. Okay, that's the drive rush medium punch that I was talking about. I'm misremembering how the set went. I gotta watch what's actually going on the screen. But, I am representing a lot more that I know a lot of these Shoto players, including Taiko, really want to start their offense by doing that medium into drive rush cancel. And I just do not want to hold that mix as Marisa. I don't want to be on defense as Marisa. So if I can, then I am trying to go for drive reversal against those early medium drive rush cancels as much as possible. Because you can do that even against a true string drive rush into a jab. And it definitely reduced my discomfort fighting Taiko, that I did not have to get put into the throw loop shimmy situation, because his corner pressure is very good and has steadily gotten better, and I just don't want to be put in that situation, period. I keep forgetting that that medium punch Luke has is naturally plus on block. And here, watching this back, I am trying to take my turn back a lot of times, but I'm going for the medium punch where a stand heavy punch or a forward heavy kick would actually reach, and the medium punch is like barely whiffing, either on punish or just on taking my turn back on block. So I definitely want to make sure I remember to use my bigger buttons, and that I don't get traumatized out of using them by people who are really good at counter hitting with lights. Until the person shows me they are going to counter hit with lights, I really don't have to worry about that quite so hard. Next loser's match versus Epoqua. There's some lore here. First of all, he's from the local college scene. Super cool kid, buddies with Victor Vaughn and BJR, both of whom were also at this tournament. And I ran like 30 games or something with Epoqua right before bracket started, and won the vast majority of them, and gave him some advice afterwards. The main advice I gave him was that he very reliably, if I walk towards him and then stop, he always hits a button. So I was just abusing him with whiff punishes. And some of that did continue here, but he stopped it a little bit. He took the advice. And also, I got more nervous because it was bracket, and I wasn't actually punishing those whiffs, even though I was baiting the whiffs with the way I was moving. There, I got the whiff. I got the whiff I was looking for. My punish was just too late. But hey, at least I'm beginning to create and go for punishing whiff punishes, or punishing whiffs. It's a work in progress. This first game, though, he robbed me. I got robbed. I got a combination of both overconfident and nervous, and I got absolutely blown up for it. What happened here? I could have drive rush canceled that. I didn't want to put myself in burnout. Okay. I'm really low on meter here. I'm just trying to catch him pressing a button at close range. I'm doing the same exact buffering thing that I accuse him of doing, but I know he's not looking to whiff punish, so I'm not too worried about it. That was a weird series of interactions. I shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. Round 2. He's still pressing as I walk towards him, and I'm not reacting to the whiff. I specifically need to run some long sets with friends where I am focused on walk forward, stop, whiff punish. Because I'm getting more confident with it as a general approach, That was a missed input. I'm getting more confident with it as a general approach, but what's happening is I'm walking forward, I'm crouch blocking, they're whiffing, I'm not registering that actually I wasn't close enough to get the whiff punish, then I'm whiffing my punish, and they can actually potentially whiff punish my whiffed whiff punish. And that's not good either. So I think maybe I also want to just go into the lab and program a bot to kind of throw out a very whiff punishable button, like Jury's double kicks, at kind of varying timings, and work on just how close do I have to walk up and stop to still be able to punish the whiff. Like, just get used to the spacing. Maybe even don't vary the timings. Like, just get used to the spacing of where I have to stand to be able to whiff punish something by walking up and stopping. Because I am creating those opportunities and I'm attempting the punishes, but I'm not quite getting my spacing right to be able to capitalize on it. I've really got to work on keeping the corner, because most of the time people get out of the corner, it's not that they're getting a lucky hit, it's that they're jumping out on me. And I need to remember to leave intentional gaps in my pressure when I think they're going to jump out, where I'm looking for either the jump out or the drive rush, and I just check those things. I don't have to always be wailing on their block. I can just wait for them to try to get out and punish them for that. Trying to keep him in the corner here. I'm going for turn stealing with OD stance when he doesn't even really realize that button's -3. I need to remember not to represent that option quite so hard against people who aren't reliably taking their turn back. I'm getting away with it because he's sitting there and I'm command grabbing him afterwards, but I could absolutely be getting blown up for it. Did not react to the DI, but I went, you know what, I have a huge health lead. I don't have to worry that much here. I could have whiff punished that. The whiffs go crazy, man. I gotta keep working on it. I know I'm seeing improvement. It's frustrating to watch the tapes back and be like, man, I could be doing so much better than I am. But just the fact that I'm identifying that that's where it's falling apart and that I am slowly developing the reactions is a really good sign. Here, I'm just playing a little too passive. I am twitchy because of having managed to drop game 1. And I really need to just start my offense. I need to remember that it is okay to just walk forward into button. Like, I almost feel like I have kind of regressed from using forward heavy kick in neutral as much as I could be, because I've been playing a lot of players that are good at counter hitting it or outspacing it. But if we are both playing slow, I need to remember to just do it, because that forward heavy kick into Gladius or into drive rush is a really strong pressure option. And I don't think I did a single raw forward heavy kick on his block here, or at least not a lot of them. I'm experimenting a lot more with using the stand heavy punch in neutral because of watching Infectious's replays, and that's like his favorite button. But, you know, this is a case of like anything else. When you start doing something new, you kind of start messing up the old stuff. I need to integrate remembering I can use more stand heavy punch alongside the buttons I already know are good, and not forget about those buttons. And what happened here? How did I get him? Did I just catch him pressing? I'm not really worried here because of the life lead. If I remember correctly, yeah, this gets really scrambly. I start just trying to scum him out because it's like a pixel of health. I could have gotten super blown up for that stance sweep too, but it worked out okay. Did you know that I'm now a brand ambassador for AdvancedGG? Advanced was founded by two gamers in 2018, when Street Fighter V Arcade Edition was released. Advanced offers formulas for focus and hydration too, but my personal favorite is their energy drinks, with over 19 wild flavors to choose from. I'm talking mango lemonade, strawberry shortcake, taro bubble tea, and more. Personally, when I tried the original Ramune, I was hooked. What's even better is that unlike many competing brands, Advanced always promises no added sugar, no artificial colors, and no uncomfortable crash when the energy boost wears off, as compared to chemical-heavy alternatives. Each 16-ounce serving of Advanced Energy contains about the same caffeine as 2 cups of coffee, and it's all natural caffeine from green tea, too. Whether you're an esports professional, a fitness fanatic, an exam-stressed student, or an ambitious 9-to-5er, Advanced supplements are designed to help you realize your peak potential. Use promo code GLADIUS10 to get 10% off your AdvancedGG purchase while supporting the channel. Link is in the description. Soon, you'll have energy levels that rival even the most unhinged Kimberly players on Ranked. And more flavors to choose from than Street Fighter 6 will ever have balance patches. Thanks for watching the ad. Now back to the video. So now I am 2 wins deep in loser's bracket, really trying to make that run all the way to grand finals. And I have to play my friend, Mr. G. And if you are like an OG and have been following this channel for a really long time, you might already know that Mr. G was my first real offline bracket demon. And one of the reasons that I hate Guile so much, because he was such a huge problem for me for such a long time. I did not know how to deal with zoning, and he abused me. He beat me every single tournament, every 2 weeks, and later every 1 week for 6 months. And the first time I got him, it was loser's final at that now defunct local, and I went up 2 games, and I thought it was over. I ripped my headphones off, I stood up out of the chair screaming, and he had to be like, Shep, it's 1-3. And I had to sit back down, put my headphones on. He went up 2 games. And then I won in game 5. If I hadn't won in game 5, I would have had to hold that shit forever. He's still making fun of me about it to this day. And this is what locals are about. I love my friends. But Mr. G knows my habits really, really well. And he likes to try to bait me into doing Superman in bad spots and jumping in bad spots. And he likes to empty jump me a lot like that, because he knows I like to anti-air with Gladius. So here, I altered some of my anti-air attempts. Other times, when I didn't really feel that I had the anti-air, I just knew he was going to try to throw me on his landing, and I teched the throw, and didn't panic too much about correctly checking every single jump in, as long as I didn't just get thrown for attempting Gladius every single time. Played it a little bit slower. What happened here? I feel like I might have lost this round. Yeah, there again with me just teching the throw, and I didn't have the anti-air. Oh wait, no, I checkmated him here is what happened. If I remember correctly. Unless I lose this round? What happened here? Yeah, no, he put himself in burnout, and then I just looped my plus frames into a checkmate situation wall splat that he couldn't get out of. I told him afterwards, like, if you hadn't put yourself in burnout, you had that, because I was in a really bad position. But that's one of his bad habits. And I knew it, so I was just waiting for the burnout. He goes back to character select, and now here's the thing I need you to know about Mr. G. And dude, if you watch this, I love you to death, and I said the same thing to you in person, so you can't hate me. If G goes back to character select and picks Honda, I have already won the set. Because G only picks Honda when he's mad, and he does not seriously play Honda. Mr. G's Honda is butt slam, headbutt, simulator. Like, as long as I don't overcommit, and I punish those approach options, it's fine. Because he starts doing wake-up reversals, and he just spams special moves and stuff like that, because he's just having none of it. If G's Honda is out, then he is that is the sumo embodiment of fuck you, is how he's going to play Honda. So just don't panic. This is scrambly, but like, I wasn't worried at this point. I autopiloted a little bit. I was just like, you know, as long as I don't freak out, it's gonna be fine, because he only picks Honda when he's fully on tilt. I say to G all the time, and he said himself, if he practiced, he would be a really huge threat in brackets, because he has very strong fundamentals, and he's been playing for a long time. But he doesn't really practice this game. He has other things going on in his life. He's got a girlfriend, he's got a job, he's got other games he likes to play, he's got stuff he likes to watch on TV, so he doesn't really commit to the practice time. And that's fine. But it's definitely one of the reasons I've had his number for a long time, because I'm not just fundamentally a better player than him in any way. I just grind incessantly, and he doesn't practice. If he did, he would be a problem. But, I believe that's death there, because I jumped the command grab. Yep. Good games, G. I love you. I'm glad we're all going to Evo. I'll see you in Vegas tomorrow, actually. And unfortunately, this is my last set of the tournament. If I had won this, if I had won the run back against Ares, I would have been in the money. I would have been bare minimum losers final. And actually had to fight another Kimberly, because Victor made losers final. There, right there is the stand medium kick whiff that I'm not punishing. But I did react to the cancel with drive reversal. Like, you're seeing the little improvements here. It just hasn't fully come together yet. I'm kind of scrambling to put all these pieces I have in my toolkit together. That was a beautiful shimmy. I didn't play bad. Watching this back, I really don't feel like I played bad. I think a couple of my habits are getting exploited. I think I was trying new things against the elbow drop and the air approach, a lot of which didn't work. And I know that for next time. And I think I got in my head and I got nervous. And Ares has been practicing. he's become a really, really strong threat in our local brackets. He's been making really deep runs. I get in my head, because I was reliably beating him for so long, like, how am I losing to this guy? It's not the same guy. If you fight somebody months later and they're putting in the work, it's never the same guy, same girl, whatever. It's not the same person. Like, you're not losing to that person you were reliably beating. They've leveled up in real time. Oh my god, how did I drop that punish? I think I was holding parry and didn't come out of the parry stun in time. You hate to see it. Because I'm pretty sure I lose this game. Because I'm in burnout. I'm just waiting for the DI, because I really thought he was going to commit to DI. I can't drive reversal him off of me because I don't have meter. I'm just not dealing with the air approach. I also gotta remember that, like, the way I deal with elbow drop is different depending on the range. If he does elbow drop that whiffs in front of me like that, the way you would to beta DP, I can just glide against that shit. If he's doing it in my face and it might cross up, I have to hold that. But I gotta be aware of the range. It's not just always deal with elbow drop this way. It's very range dependent. And sometimes I can freeze up and I'm reacting to the animation of a move as opposed to the range from which it's hitting me. And that's really important. Here he starts representing raw teleport and other, like, dangerous neutral skip options. Because he definitely knew I was... Oh, I could have punished that on block. He definitely knew I was nervous at this point. And I normally check those when I'm feeling confident. I've really blown him up for trying raw teleport. So the fact that... Oh, man, anti-air's just not working out. The fact that he's trying that again just goes to show that he was really kind of styling on me at this point. I believe I went for a reset here. Yep. And then I think I go for a second reset like an asshole. Yep. He's never reacted to that, so I'm going to keep doing it until he does. Hopefully he doesn't watch this video. Look away! But, get my one game on the board, and then I really proceed to lose the next two. Like, it falls apart. I'm doing too much Superman looking for a slide he's not representing. He's focused entirely on anti-airing me, and I keep jumping and doing Superman, which both lose to anti-air options. I'm not punishing the slide on block. That was a free punish that could have gone into a safe jump. I am not reliably keeping him in the corner. I'm not walking him down. I'm just kind of spamming and trying to get my hit in desperately so that I can start from a position where I'm more comfortable. The number of Supermans in the past 30 seconds. I could have drive reversal that and put him in the corner and burn out. Just, why am I jumping? Why am I jabbing? I was looking for super. I really should have just kept up my pressure while he was in burnout because I could have survived the super. When I asked my friends who watched this set afterwards what they thought I did wrong, one of the things they said is that I kept putting him in situations where if I kept up the pressure, I probably could have killed. But I was so afraid of, like, the wake up super that I just kept waiting. And then he ended up getting out of burnout or jumping out of the corner. And that's pretty much what happened in this round. That I need to remember that, like, there's balance in these things. Like, absolutely, shimmies are really rewarding on Marisa. But also, people are afraid to wake up reversal against Marisa when they're strong players. And I think I was still thinking about my first set with him, too. Where I believe I baited a super in the first of three. Or maybe I was even thinking about the set with the different Kimberly I played the day before, where I baited some wake up super. Whatever the case, I wasn't thinking about the way he was playing in front of me. I was thinking about the way he and other people who play his character had played in the past. And the most important thing for... how did that cross me up, man? I gotta use other anti-airs. The most important thing for succeeding in fighting games in a 1-to-2 format is that you have to rapidly adapt to what is presented to you, to what is in front of your face. Not just run the flowchart. Not just guess. They need to be educated guesses. They need to be informed decisions. Another thing that... oh, that sucks. I actually had the back throw and could have checkmated him, but the throw whiffed because of the increased block stun from me drive rush canceling when he was in burnout, which really sucks because I actually had that round. And then I was pretty tilted after that, and I think that also made this round worse. Again, I'm seeing that where I throw out that stand medium punch a lot as a buffer, and I need to be representing more heavies. Watching myself back is definitely helpful for seeing that. So I'm grateful for all of you guys that watch this channel, because anytime I really don't want to watch my replays, or I feel bad about myself, and I just want to, like, mope, the fact that I post these forces me to watch my replays. The fact that I record these and try to teach other people how to analyze themselves forces me to analyze myself. And I don't know that I would be as consistent with it without the YouTube channel. So I'm grateful to all of you who watch and who are here for the journey and not just for the wins, because these kinds of self-analyses are really how we get better. Did I try to drive reversal a light? Yeah, I autopiloted a drive reversal on a light. I get put in the corner, I'm low on drive meter, and I think I just held up. I literally just held up because I was like, if I can get out of the corner, it'll be fine. And that was a much riskier decision than I was thinking it was, because the super puts me so close to burnout. And him spending the level 3 early is a pretty good idea because he gets his meter back, and because Kimberly gets a buff that will carry into the next round. Yeah, there's literally so much Superman happening here. Like, it's a little embarrassing watching it back, but it also provides a lot of clarity, because in the moment I was just like, nothing I did worked, I hate Kimberly. But the vast majority of this did come down to my decisions. That sucks. I was really thinking hard about representing drive reversal to prevent her pressure, and I'm not super confident in my jab timing against the hop kick, so I went for drive reversal, and I did not realize that she could still side switch after the drive reversal. I thought that was guaranteed. And now I've ended up in a situation where I'm low on meter, and I am leaving gaps where I can just get hit, and that was me going, fuck! But, you know, it is what it is. Ares is a good dude. They were good sets. I'll come back stronger. Good games.
Where are you going? Before hitting like and subscribe,